Hi, so I'm here to talk to you today about glitter and how it weighs out differently from one type to another, and just kind of give you a little bit of information so that when you get your glitters, you won't be surprised or shocked, and maybe you'll be able to estimate a little bit easier how much glitter you'll need for your project. Okay, so all what I have in front of me are different craft glitters here, and they all weigh 4 ounces. So, for example, this one that's filled all the way to the top weighs the same amount as this one over here that is only 3/4 full. So the reason for this is lots of different factors, actually. In this particular case, this craft glitter is mostly clear with a very little bit of pigment on it, and the pigment is a very light pink pigment. So what you're getting is basically an almost uncoated glitter. Okay, so that's going to weigh a whole lot lighter than, let's say, a metallic glitter. Okay, this one over here is got a very, very heavy red coating, and red is always a heavy pigment. So even though it doesn't have metallic on it, it's got red on it, and red always weighs heavy. So if you're buying something in the red family, you should always buy more rather than less, because you're going to end up with less. So like I said, here we go side by side. You can see that that's a pretty dramatic difference, and yet they both weigh the same, and I'm going to show you on the scale right now. Okay, so here is the peppermint twist first. So that's 4 ounces plus the weight of the jar and the lid. And this one is maroon burst plus the jar and the lid. All right, so we just covered these two glitters here, which is the peppermint and the maroon. The next I want to talk about is the crystal clear, and again, I want to just reiterate, this is an uncoated glitter. It is as natural as it gets. When the films come to us, they are completely clear. We then will color them, or we will metallicize them, but this right here is literally just a plain clear glitter. So it is always going to be the most volume and the lightest. So 4 ounces, you can see here, plus the weight of the jar, is absolutely the same as, let's say, this bottle here, which looks really light. Looks like we've really shorted you on that one. But you can see that it's, again, 4 ounces plus the weight of the jar. Now, the reason why this one is so dramatically different is this glitter has not only been colored with gold, but it has also had a metallic coating on it. So you're getting 2 different treatments for this glitter. So when you're talking about getting the correct amount for your project, keep in mind that you're always going to need less of a white or a clear glitter than you are of a colored and a metallic glitter. So, but I'm also going to show you color to color. So here you go. These two are both metallics, but they're a different flake size. So you can see here, this is a larger flake. It's taking up more space in the jar, but it weighs the same. So here you go. You can see that. Plus the weight of the jar, of course, as always. And there you go. Now, the last thing I want to cover is I want to make sure I get the same flake size here. Good. So these are both chunkies. See the difference there? You're going to find that the reds tend to weigh heavier than some of the other colors, and there is a lot of red and purple. So keep that in mind when you're buying reds. They always weigh heavier. Again, we're going back to the maroon. Again, you can see there, again, a little bit less than the green. So this here is something to keep in mind even between colors. So we are always encouraging people to buy more than you need for a project. And part of the reason is coverage and type of coverage and how you're applying. But also it has to do with the fact that, you may be getting less glitter than you think, just based on the fact that glitter weighs differently. Okay, so that's just something that we wanted to show you so that you won't be surprised when you get your glitter and you're like thinking that, we've shorted you, or that you didn't get the amount that you needed for your project. This is something to keep in mind. Every single one of these weighs the same.